Good evening, everyone. I wanted to show you that I have pulled up some of my very few spindly, tiny Serriola plants. I've got some in a bucket there, and I've got some here. Now, while I've got this out here, we're going to examine this plant. As y'all know, I get all kinds of emails and threads telling me I don't know what I'm talking about, and you need to do this and you need to do that. Well, I'm going to show you. You see that little bit of damp right there on that root? Yes, that is the sap. Okay. And I'm using my handheld stabilizer, so. Okay. Now, there's sap coming out of that nodule right there. There is sap coming out of where I pulled that tiny, tiny little leaf. Okay, now I'm going to go to one of the flower tops here. You see the sap there coming out of the stem right before it gets to the flower head. Now we're just going to finish this demonstration out. And you see right there, there's a tiny little bit of sap coming out right there. Now do you see how, when broken, the break is only an opening for the sap to come out, if you will, like when you get a cut and you bleed. Whatever has the most mass is where you are going to find the most sap. Now, everyone talks about the roots. Well, most of the time the roots are this size. They're actually the same size as the stalk. That's it. Now what you're seeing right here is actually where I planted a group of these together, hoping that planting a group of them would help it to root and to thrive. And it did. Okay. Now these are ones I just broke off and pulled up. But you see, when it's one single plant, the root is usually the width of the stalk that it is coming from. And it is not a very, very long root either. It's not a deep tap root. And like even on this little tiny spindly one right there, you see that's it. So as I have just demonstrated, the sap comes out of wherever there is a break in the plant. And the flow of the sap is commensurate's not the word. The flow of the sap is equal to the place, the mass where you make the break at. But the whole plant is full of the sap. At any time from when it's a seedling to when it is 12, 14 feet tall. Now, what I'm trying to zero in on with the full moon harvest, that only seems to be helpful in that it makes the sap flow easier. So that would mean if you were just doing that technique where you just cut it as a V, the same way you do with maple trees or birch trees or any of the sap bearing plants that we have, if you're just collecting the sap, that's really the only time it would really benefit you. If you're harvesting the leaves regularly and you're cutting these tops and you're topping it, you're going to be getting plentiful supply of sap, which is where the medicine is. Now, someone sent me a video today of this little dude showing how you cook wild lettuce. Well, if y'all are cooking it, you're losing the medicine in it. And then he stated that it really wasn't any more medicinal than the grocery store lettuce. Well, y'all know I've linked all the scientific research to it, but I want you to test it for yourself. If you're in pain, eat you a bowl full of iceberg lettuce, see what happens. I mean, we've all had lettuce. It's a staple in the American diet. It's never relieved a headache or a backache or helped me breathe better or helped me sleep. Only the wild lettuce has, because it has the higher concentrations of the pain relieving chemicals, the antispasmodics, and the sesquiterpenes that oxygenate the blood. So this is yet another video that shows you the whole plant is full of the sap. Now, this will be the one time that I do actually harvest the roots, and I'm going to go in and cut all this up and start me another batch of concentrate. But you see, this isn't hurting my crop at all. These were just little spindly plants that never did really take off. So, until my next video, I hope y'all are having lovely weather. Today is like a late September, early October day. It barely got to 80 today, and wind's been blowing and it's just beautiful, so I went out and I foraged. So, until my next video, God bless you all, and goodbye.